Mhaiskar, thank you very much for taking the time out. So if you could just start by telling us, I understand that this would be a repeat order considering that you've been doing the operation and maintenance, I think, since July of 2009. But what does this mean for the company?
Good morning. MEP is very happy to continue and to get the same order on I would say back-to-back basis for the fourth or fifth consecutive time. MEP has been doing the tolling and O&M on behalf of MSRDC since 2009 when the bridge was opened for traffic. Under this contract, the company would have a concession period of 3 years wherein the company would be required to make 325.08 crores upfront payment to the authority in lieu of the concession period of 3 years along with the maintenance.
So this payment that you're making, 325 odd crores, this is incrementally higher from your last contract?
Basically, there are two aspects in any tolling contract which predominantly factors into two parts. One is the traffic and one is the tariff. The tariff on the ceiling is revised every 3 years, ideally between 15 to 18% on a cumulative basis. The second is the growth in traffic, which is considered while putting in any kind of bidding on the tolling aspect. So the sum of two parts, which is tolling and traffic put together, the bid is higher compared to the last year bid.
Okay. So you had guided for around 10 to 15% growth from revenue from toll operations in FY18. Where does that stand in terms of guidance for you?
As far as the guidance is concerned, we usually don't give any specific guidance, but in terms of this particular contract is concerned, I believe this definitely will add to the kind of number we are looking at in terms of the tolling revenue. We also understand there is a huge trajectory of, I would say, 1 year contract and 4 year and the TOT, which is just around the corner, which will definitely be able to give us the kind of traction we are looking at over the next 3 quarters.
Okay, Mr. Mhaiskar, just to go back to this O&M order that you've won, just one final point. You mentioned that there's likely to be a hike in tariff. What might be the quantum? When might we see it? And what's the traffic growth that you're envisaging?
The traffic growth, what we expect on this project, considering our last couple of years' traction, is anywhere between, I would say, 5.5% to 6.5% year on year. As far as the growth in tariff is concerned, we expect the tariff growth to be done in April 2018, which is the stipulated date as per the concession agreement.
Okay. What's the update on floating the InvIT?
InvIT, as I mentioned the last time, we are still awaiting the approval from the authority, which is expected very soon, post which we should be able to go ahead.
By when approximately? Any guidance you can share?
We are expecting, I would say yesterday, but it has been taking a little while. We expect that to be in the next 30 to 45 days.
Okay.
Okay, so that should, I mean, what's the quantum you're looking at? Because as you had told us earlier that part of that or perhaps the entire amount could be used for your debt reduction?
The company today on a group level has a consolidated debt of 3,000 odd crores, out of which under the InvIT guideline we are required to bring in 51% debt reduced. As a part of that, we expect the InvIT size to be anywhere between 1,200 to 1,600.
Okay. What are the other projects or toll operate transfer projects that could be probably bagged by the company or what you're bidding for? We understand that there was expected to be some amount of floating of orders by the end of this month. Where are we on that?
I understand basically the 1 year tolling contracts, which is around the year, I would say calendar, which is there already up for bidding. As far as the long gestation period TOT contracts are concerned, we expect that to be floated, I believe, very soon, which may be 15 days away, post which we'll see a lot of traction in terms of those projects going live.
All right, Mr. Mhaiskar, we'll leave it at that, sir. Thanks very much for your time.